Perek Aleph Mishna Hey. If you remember last Mishna, we discussed some of the regulations regarding a crossbeam, a korah, to permit you to carry in the mavoi on Shabbos. And one of the rules regarding this crossbeam was that, according to the Tanakam of last Mishnah, it had to be strong enough to hold up an areach, a half a brick. And that shows that the korah was placed there deliberately, as if it's like part of the structure, and people will know to separate the Rosh Hashanah and the mavoi. And Rabbi Yehuda in last Mishnah argued, and Rabbi Yehuda maintained that no, the korah did not need to be strong enough to hold up that half a brick, and we can still view it as being permanent and creating that recognition between the Rosh Hashanah and the mavoi. Our Mishnah is going to show us how strong Rabbi Yehuda held regarding this leniency, and even if the korah was made out of straw or reeds. Now, straw and reeds are the type of items that can never hold up a half a brick. I mean, wood, if it's thick enough, it can hold up bricks, but straw and reeds can never hold up bricks. Nevertheless, Rabbi Yehuda still maintains that you're allowed to use a korah crossbeam made out of straw and reeds because we could halachically view it as being metal, meaning we could halachically view it as still being permanent and creating that recognition. So let's read that inside. Hoisa shel kash o shel kanim. If the korah was made out of straw or reeds, royenosa, we're able to view it halachically ki'ilu hi shel mateches, as if it is made out of metal. Then Rabbi Yehuda goes a step further. Even if it was akuma, if it was bent, look at this bent korah. So obviously a bent korah cannot hold up any bricks because the bricks won't lay nicely on the bent part. Nevertheless, Rabbi Yehuda holds we can view it halachically as if it's straight. As the Mishnah says, akuma, if it's bent, ro'inosa, we can view it halachically ki'ilu hi pshuta, as if it's straight. Now you might ask me, well, what's the novelty in that? If we can view a straw korah as if it's metal, then yeah, we could also view a bent korah as if it's straight. Now the Gemara asks this question, and the Gemara says the novelty is that if it's bent, if you have a bent korah that bends out into the Rosh Hashanah, one might suspect that one will carry from the mavoi all the way under that bent part of the crossbeam into the Rosh Hashanah, and he'll end up carrying in Rosh Hashanah. So the novelty of our Mishnah is that Rabbi Yehuda does not suspect for such a mistake to happen, and he allows you to use a bent crossbeam and to view it as if it's straight. Now also, even if it's a gula, even if it's a circular beam, look at our picture of a rounded off korah, a rounded crossbeam. So even if your crossbeam, your korah is a gula, if it's circular, ro'inosa, we could halachically view it ki'ilu hi merubas, as if it's squared off. Because circular pipes cannot hold up any bricks, and therefore we need to halachically view it as if it's squared off to then be able to hold up your bricks. And according to Rabbi Yehuda, that's permitted. We are able to halachically view the pipe korah as if it's squared off. Now, as we said in, I think it was 2 Mishnayos ago, everyone holds the crossbeam needs to have a width of 1 tefach. The width of the crossbeam needs to be 1 tefach to be a heker, to be a recognition. Now, if you have a crossbeam that looks like a pipe, so how do you measure the width of something that's pipe looking? And so our Mishnah teaches us the mathematical equation of how to do that. Kol sheyesh behekefo shlosha tefachim, any pipe that has a circumference of 3 tefachim, meaning if you have a pipe and you take a string and you wrap it around the pipe, and the string equals 3 tefachim long, then you know that the diameter, meaning the width of the middle of the circle from here to here, is 1 tefach, which is the mathematical equation of pi, that the circumference is 3 times the diameter, more or less. And therefore, if your pipe is 3 tefachim in a circumference, you know it has a width of 1 tefach, and it's a kosher korah. Kol sheyesh behekefo shlosha tefachim, any pipe that has a circumference of 3 tefachim, yesh bo roichav tefach, has a width of 1 tefach. Now, even though the mathematicians out there might say, well, pi is actually 3.14 or 15, etc., our Mishnah just rounds up the number to an even 3, because you can't nail down the number pi. It keeps going forever and ever. And therefore, our Mishnah just rounds it and gives it a whole number 3. And so to summarize our Mishnah, we've learned that Rabbi Yehuda holds that if the crossbeam is made out of wood, it doesn't need to be strong enough to hold up the half a brick. Not only that, even if it's made out of straw or reeds, we could view it as if it's strong enough to hold up the half a brick. If it's bent, we could view it as if it's straight. If it's rounded, we could view it as if it's squared. And if it has a circumference of 3, then you know it has a width of 1, and then it's a kosher korah. And so according to Rabbi Yehuda, all these korahs are kosher, and they permit you to carry in the mavoi on Shabbos. Now it's your turn to read the Mishnah.